This Ricardo Zone.
Say what it done.
And this is my hood to your hood.
Check this out. We got a very, very special guest in the building today. Some of y'all may know him by J Vito.
Oh, come along, come on, my friends, come along. Get aboard, and ride this train. Yeah, over here on this train, to lose everything. Yeah, whoa, come along, come on, my friends, come along. Get aboard, and ride this train. See, there ain't nothing over here on this train. You got everything. Yeah. Y'all wait one time and listen.
Some of y'all might know him by James. I know him by JJ Cuzzo. Hey, we here?
Up in here, man, for real. What it do? What the business is? It's your boy, straight out the county. Everybody know who I am, man. Everybody know me as JJ Tillman. Is the name that I went by for so many years because that's my name.
That's right.
James Jr. Born and raised here in Anson County, and yeah, man, Anson County made me, dog.
That's right, bro.
And I say Waysboro a lot, even though I'm from Morgan. I say Waysboro a lot because a lot of people ain't familiar with Anson County. So
True.
At one point we were all saying Charlotte because Charlotte was the city that everybody associated, with. But I definitely tell everybody I'm from a little town called Waysboro. I'm a Morven boy. See, I came from down there in Morven. But Waysboro, of course, is the county seat.
Yeah. Everybody say Waysboro.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Shout out to Anson County, man. Love y'all, rep y'all to the fullest, and I'm forever trying to make y'all proud. You dig?
How you doing, man?
Thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
sir. Appreciate you having us with you today, and you being here with us today.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. It's not an opportunity that's asked of me too much. So when I do get the opportunity to sit down and talk to my people all near and dear to my heart, I try to stay 10 toes down everywhere I go.
All right.
I don't get jaded by what's out there because it's real easy to happen.
Right. Right.
With the success that's been here. I've been doing this professionally now, bro, 12 years.
Okay.
So for 12 years, music has been like a full-time job for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's taking care of me. It's taking care of my lady who's now my wife. Shout out to my wife. Hey, baby, love you. I know you're gonna see this interview, and hoping I can make you proud. Hoping I'm always making you proud, as I always strive to do.
How long you been married now?
Man, I got married October 10th, 2020. So this year, man, it'll be 3 years for me. Right. Marriage is great. We've been dating each other since high school. So she was actually a freshman at Anson. I was I was a senior at Anson, and at the time, man, we all just, we met each other, and things just kind of kept going from there, man. And it just continued. Even when I graduated, she still had 3 more years to go.
Let me ask you this, man. Was it love at first sight, or did she have to grow on?
Nah, it was kind of, alright, so I
was singing to me.
Alright, so I'm gonna give you the story. I'm gonna give you the spill. So, that was this program in high school when I was there called Gear Up. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I remember.
Miss Bethay, y'all remember her? Shout out to Miss Bethay. I was the only senior on the trip this day, and this day we were going to Belmont Abbey College and Johnson C. Smith University, which I planned to attend there. So we went for a visit, and when I went there, and at the time I had just auditioned for American Idol. At that time.
Okay. I remember hearing about that.
So the funny story was, I was on this trip and I was like, bro, please don't let nobody ask me nothing about it because I don't even feel like talking about it.
Right.
questions came in, and I'll never forget it. She was sitting direct. We were sitting on the very back, and she was sitting on the row right next to me on the other side, but she was at the window. And when they said it, I never forget it. She looked at me and she rolled her eyes. I was like, so they asked me the question, you know, how it was. You know, of course, I talked about the experience. They asked me what did I sing. I sang, of course, and I remember going to the front of the bus, man, and I thought she was pretty when I saw her. Like, I thought she was pretty. I was like, oh, she's pretty. Yeah. And I went to the front of the bus, and I was talking to Miss Bethay, and she just started singing out of the blue. And I turned around and I looked at her, and she started singing like to me. And then when she started singing to me, it was that was the first time, like, because I don't get moved by. I love female singers. I love all kinds of singers, but I don't get moved by female singers like that. Like, never have. I don't know what it is. I just never have. And her voice, for those of you that know about her voice, like, it moved me at that time. We call it, in the gospel world, they call it juke. It juke me. And I was speechless, man. And, you know, we just kind of, that was like our connection point. It was like, okay, you're dope. I think I'm dope. Right. Yeah. And we were friends first. Yeah. We were friends first. And then we started, I never forget it, man. I asked her, I was like, man, you wanna be my girlfriend? She was like, yeah. And then, you know, we started dating, man.
That was easy.
Yeah, 17 years, dog. 17 years, dog. 17 years, man. And yeah, man, I think it's one of the best decisions I ever made. That's right. You know, because I mean, to be honest with you, coming from here,
it ain't there nothing, very much to pick from.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I look at a lot of people that came up with me, man, and I wow. Right. Wow. I ain't even gonna name no people, man, but it's people I see, man, and it's like, yo, like, I remember you was like that dude. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
So, I think she kind of saved me, bro. She kind of saved me from getting out here and just, you know, just being reckless with my life.
Right.
She was always, I call her bossy. I call her, you love being my mama, but I'm thankful for that because it keeps me in shape.
Right, on track.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
Okay.
Shout outs to wifey. Love you, girl.
I got a question for you. So when you first know that you wanted to sing?
Man, well, you know, like I said, I grew up in church. Every good singer, or every singer, I'm gonna say good singer, every singer, pretty much came from the church, right? My dad is a pastor. He was a Baptist pastor for the majority of my life. So I came up in church, singing, playing the piano, playing the drums, going all over these different churches in Anson County singing. I think that's a lot of people know me from being a little boy singing in church. You know, your dad actually is a part of my upbringing. Your dad and my dad sang in a group called the Voices of Harmony together. Right. And they had some of the sweetest acapella harmony that I've heard in my life. And my dad sung natural tenor, what we call it, in our language we call it top. Okay. So he sung top, natural top, and then your dad sung baritone and was like a heavy baritone.
Yeah. Okay.
And you know that's like the next thing to bass. Right. You know. So I came up in those rehearsals, like standing in between my daddy's legs while they singing, holding your daddy hand. So my daddy was doing something, your dad. So like I grew up around your dad, you know, and my dad rehearsing, singing here, singing there, singing in different churches. So that's how it started, man.
But when, like, you know, like, when did you sing like your first lyrics? Well, I ain't gonna say your lyrics, but your first.
My first song? I remember vividly, bro. Shout outs to my Uncle Richard, man. He just, him and my Aunt Ree, rest in peace, man. They let us, as kids, you know, my parents, of course, they let me sing in played. I had like a drum set at the house. I had a little microphone with a little amplifier. Like I had all of that. But my uncle and my aunt, man, like thank God for them, man. Like down to my music, like me being a musician. Like when I was a kid, I used to go to churches and I see a set of drums, I start crying because I wanted to play, and I knew my mom wasn't gonna let me play. And my dad used to always have a saying that if a kid cries to do something, he gonna be okay at it. You know what I'm saying? So
some positive stuff.
Yeah. So I used to always go to church with my aunt. We went to church, and she just let me get on the drums, and I was terrible. And I taught myself how to play, and I would watch the older guys over me how to play, and I just started playing like that. And then as far as lyrics, man, I remember vividly just being on their back porch one day, and me and my cousins were playing, and I wrote a little song, and the words were, "I am a bird flies, a bird flies for me." Those were the words that I wrote. And I remember singing it, and I was like, wow, like this is fun. So for a while, it was me imitating people that I heard. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hear, back, I think when I was a kid, man, it was Michael Jackson, I can remember, it was Prince. And then gospel singers, I would hear it and I would try to impersonate what I heard. And then I just developed the sound from that.
Y'all gonna ask you that too, like, was your voice like, when people heard you back then?
It went through different phases, man. I had a phase where I sounded like a little girl, and I still sing on the high side now.
When you sung though, did people say like, they knew you were gonna be a singer?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You kind of have to. Well, I knew I wanted to be a singer. I'll say that. I knew I wanted to be a singer. What people thought about me always mattered. So as a kid, you don't know who you're reaching. You don't know who you're blessing.
Right.
You just know you're a kid and people are just up, just clapping. You don't know at that time what you're doing to those people.
Right.
But as you get older, people, when you're not around as much and those people are still around, they miss that sound. So you hear years later, oh my God, I remember when you were a kid and I knew right then, that boy got a strong voice, he gonna be something. And like I said, I grew up just impersonating all of the strong singers that I heard. My dad, my granddad, you know, like, it's so many people I can go down a list of names, like Marvin Gaye, Al Green. Like, my dad played all kinds of music, and the good thing about my parents is they didn't put, by my dad being a pastor, you know, me coming up in a Christian household, they never put a limit on what I listened to. I never really had a desire to listen to music with a lot of cussing in it, but secular music, just music period. Like I just like sounds.
Right.
So I like the way country music make you bounce up and down. You know, I like that. And then with gospel, I like the way gospel make you feel it. And then in R&B, I like the way R&B music made you feel love. That mom and them used to say back then, it make you y'all mannish. It made you feel mannish. So as I got older, man, I was in gospel for so long. As I got older, I just learned how to be a part of both worlds. Just adapt to whatever you become a part of. Be a chameleon.
I used to hear you in school all the time singing through the hallway.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, man.
I used to get on people's nerves, but
I thought it was good, bro. I ain't lying.
I always wanted to get better. I always wanted to get better, man, because I always felt like the underdog. I was not the popular guy. Hey, I was not well liked. Hey, Anson County, a lot of y'all didn't like me. A lot of y'all still don't like me, but it's okay. I bid you Godspeed anyway. Listen, what I'm saying is a lot of people didn't like me. I wasn't the most popular guy, but everybody loved to hear me sing.
Right.
A lot of people didn't like to talk to me. A lot of people didn't like to be around me. But when I sang, those same somebodies was standing there at
Paying attention. Yeah.
Now some of them enjoyed it and then said to my face, "All you know how to do is sing."
That's enough.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
If that's cool. Let me get in here, do what I need to do in this classroom, pass, and get out.
That's right.
I did just that.
That's right.
Wasn't the smartest nigga, wasn't the dumbest nigga. I did what I needed to do, get out of it, show people I got common sense. you know, and made the best out of myself. That's what I did. I went and made something out of myself. But what really had to happen was I had to get out of Anson County.
Right.
Thanks.
No diss to Anson County. I love y'all. Y'all made me. Y'all are part of who I am today. But I had to leave to become something.
Right. Right.
That's all them facts, man.
One thing is, home people can be very. They can be. Home people can be. They can damage you in a way.
Right.
I was trying to find a good way to say that. Hey man, y'all ain't gotta pass that under the table. Listen, pass it across, man. The people here know what you gotta do. You ain't gotta do that. Y'all, I'm in y'all spot, bro. You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the respect. I appreciate that. But y'all do what y'all do.
Okay,
so listen, back to what I was saying. What was I saying?
Said about the home people.
Oh yeah, home people can be damaging, man. Home people can be damaging. Reason being is because people love you so much that they'll want you to do anything. And because they want you to do anything, they're gonna always encourage. They don't see the flaw. You can't sing.
Right.
But because they love you so much and they want you to do so well, they want to believe that you can.
Right.
So you believe this all your life. And you go to places like American Idol, X Factor, The Voice, and you do these auditions, and these people tell you, hey, no. And then your heart is broken.
But they didn't see what we saw.
But see, one thing about me was like I had no choice. I had to find something to do because I was raised up around a lot of girls. My cousins, TT and Sean, I was raised up around them. Those was like my sisters. So like coming up, my little brother didn't come to 93. I was born in 88. My little brother didn't come to 93. So a lot of my childhood up until then, like the real times I remember like being outside, like playing and singing with my two cousins was before my brother got here.
Okay.
And then when Jamarcus got here, I had a little boy to play with. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like I within myself, I had to find something to be good at my age. You know what I'm saying? Like my age, being a little boy, what can you do? I don't want to be in the house. Mom and them don't want me to be in the house all day playing with my little wrestling figurines that I had.
Right.
They didn't want me playing the video game all the time, so I had to go outside and make something happen. So I started learning how to be creative.
Let me ask you this right quick. Did you feel the love and the support when you decided to actually take this serious from the county? Did you feel that support?
After it was seen that I was doing something. People show me love always. People always show me love. People always enjoy hearing me sing. Some people would pay to see it more than others would. But the love really started. I saw people that are related to me say that they didn't want to see me succeed. Because I don't know what it was about me.
Okay. So back to what I was asking you, bro. Did you feel that support from your hometown? Like, and I know you were saying maybe not in the beginning. Or
Not in the beginning. It was like after the success I did.
Right.
People, like I said, people always show me love. It was after the success. People started seeing me on TV.
That's when they saw it was real.
Yeah, and then the love just came like real hard. Even for my family, people started treating them differently.
Right.
And I'm thankful for that because people felt a certain type of way about us because we were never uppity. We was a nice Christian family. But, people turned their nose up at church people.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people did that, but people showed us respect. Nobody blatantly disrespected us. But I felt it, but it was after.
Right.
But there's no love lost. I take it for what it is.
Right.
Just keep making people proud. Like I said, I'm forever making the county proud because it gave me the opportunity to express myself what I wanted to.
Okay. Being from a small town like Anson County, ain't much around here, and to transition into all that different things, bro. You done experienced so far. Like, how was that transition?
It was different. I was green when I got here. I didn't know what a per diem was.
Okay.
Like I didn't. This is just I didn't understand road life. I didn't understand it. The guys used to pick at me like, "Yo, you so green."
But what does that mean though?
Just not knowing. When you're green, that just means like you just don't know,
right.
And it shows.
Right.
Like, man, when I first came out here, man, I had like one of them construction worker phones, man. And they picked it and was like, "Yo, what kind of phone is this?" But it was waterproof, but
yeah.
My screen was orange and the writing was black. Like it was, those kind of things, bro. And then even down to like the technical side of it, like the kind of computers that I use.
Okay.
Like those are the things that, like, I was green to those types of things. Like I said, I didn't know what a per diem was. And then learning that when you go out on the road, they give you a per diem to take care of yourself while you're out there eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you need to get some little things, you got enough money to grab it.
Right.
It's cool, but it still work. I say all the time to people, man, being on the road it was like at one point taking a vacation and getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
But then once you became like something, the workloads changed.
Right.
You had to focus on different stuff, so you're not able to just be free flowing as much as you want. Well, we do now because we've been there for a while, but we don't take it lightly. Like we always looking to be better.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Well, man, this right here is a personal question for me.
Okay.
I loved y'all 1964
Oh wow.
album.
You don't hear a lot of people talk about that.
Dude, that shit hit me a different type of way. And I don't know about y'all. I don't know if you heard it, but if you haven't, you better look it up and go listen. This shit is deep. I want to ask you, man, what was it like making that?
Wow. Shout outs to my brother Tui, man.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of, him and one of one of our homies, but it's his homie, a guy named Keith Mack.
Okay.
They kind of came with the whole concept. We were originally supposed to do a Juneteenth song.
Really?
For the song for Juneteenth, and let's do a Juneteenth album. And we ended up doing a whole project, man.
Dope.
Yeah. They pretty much wrote him and Lilo, and Keith went in. They worked on the music side of things. They wrote it together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, hey, this is what we have. This is the part that we have for you to sing.
Right.
And I went in the singing part.
I loved it, man. Yeah, that was real nice.
Thank you, man. Thank
real,
you.
From the beginning to the end.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, it means a lot to know that you listen to that.
Yeah.
It's when I most slept on records.
Really?
When I most slept on records. I felt like it's one of the records that felt like it should have took us to that level. Yeah, it just didn't.
And it got bangers on there.
And it's still available too.
Yeah.
1964 by your boy the Hamiltones. We're known now as the Tones. We just, there's no love lost to our brother Anthony Hamilton, who we're traveling with now. But we grew up and we just been doing our own thing outside of Anthony. He's allowed us the opportunity to do that along with the man upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
We just made the best out of it. So that's TON3S, but on all over social media, we're at the Hamiltones NC. That's from North Carolina. So that's at THEHAMILTONES NC on all social media platforms.
Y'all go follow right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
So we're there, man. We got music everywhere. Under the Hamiltones, we got 1964. Watch the Tones.
Yeah.
We got the B side.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Watch the Tones. Then that's when the name change happened. We got a new record out now. It's called Watch the Tones.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can go wherever digital music is downloaded. You can go get that. It's everywhere. So we got a lot of music out there for everybody to check out. And if you don't know about it, there's an opportunity to learn.
Right. You're right.
I just say,
That's what I was trying to. That's what I was saying earlier too. I'm just trying to set myself apart from a lot of what these guys do.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to do music.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, man, I'm getting older myself. I can't.
You gotta find other things. You gotta find
bro.
another lane,
Right.
man. And it's like I always just have a just in case it don't work, man.
Right.
Just always have a backup, man, because that shit takes you a long way. Now I'm still learning, like the stock exchange, but as far as like small holdings,
That has got a lot in it.
I'll do that because the stuff always crashing and going up. So if I can invest in
I
Apple
feel it though.
and they crash and then everything go up,
You've been trying
it's a good day for me. And I get them when they're low.
Yeah, you got to.
I get them when they're low. Like companies that I know
Shit making me sweat.
are money making
I'm straight
companies.
right now, though.
I always wait
I'm
till they get to the lowest point and I always invest.
I
I call
want
it-
to ask you this: the industry. Is it what you thought it was going to be, or is it something that you like a whole nother monster that's like, oh man?
I learned this whatever you make it.
Wait, okay.
That's the best way I can put it. I didn't know everything happened so fast. Like I can't say that I expected it to be anything because I didn't know what to expect. The success and everything happened so quick, and it was just everything from the viral moments to put some respect on it, the Breakfast Club, the 85 South Show.
Yeah.
All of these moments are just like dropping your lap moments.
Right.
And it's like when the drop in your lap moments happens, like you have to take it and make the best out of it. That's literally what it was. That's why I was so green, and I had to learn as I was going. As I was going, I was learning.
Right.
Okay, obviously, if you do this, you're gonna get cussed out by management. Don't do that. All right, bet.
All right, okay.
All right. Even down in this house like this, we married. We married now. Don't ever bring your wife on the tour bus. She wasn't my wife then, she was my girlfriend. I wanted her to see me in my element so bad that I didn't confirm with nobody, hey, my girl gonna be coming with me. I always take care of your business. My girl gonna be coming with me. We gonna, we coming this week, we're gonna have a good time. I just brought her with me. It's all right. I got cursed out for that. But they did it away, like they didn't do it in front of her, like to hurt her feelings. Or they always showed her respect.
Right.
Shout out to my big bros, but it was like, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, for some camps it's different, but for us, like it's just a whole bunch of men,
Because I guess at the same time they want to have respect for her too.
Yeah. So and men, you know how mouths they
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
but you live and you learn from those moments, man. And I did, and it made me the man I am today. I'm thankful for it. Got a lot of spankings, man. I lost a lot, man. I lost a lot. There's another part of me being green. Like I would leave stuff. I would lose like my passport, lose my wallet, like stuff like that. Irresponsibility, man. And after a while, you get tired of doing that. You grow up. You grow up. Still learning to this day as a 35-year-old man. I'll be forgetful still at least.
Yeah.
So when did you get your first break?
2009. It was a spot called Allure in Charlotte. Used to have live music, open mic artists, local artists from all over. I'll say all over North Carolina. Well, from all over, man. Used to come down because it was like a music sector in Charlotte. I used to get out. I used to go on Wednesday nights, go in there and meet up with the local musicians and the local bands at the time. And some of them were touring with people like Fantasia, Jodeci, Anthony Hamilton, just to name a few. But it was like a hot spot. Like one night we were in there, Angela Bassett came.
Damn.
One night we were there, Pinky came. Just to name a few, Fantasia, Casey, Anthony, like just so many celebrities. It was like the premier spot on Wednesdays for live music. And I was there, linked up with Anthony Hamilton's crew. Went there and sang. It's on YouTube now, actually. I'll be posting that too. But I sang that night, man, and the guys got a chance to hear, okay, he can sing. And they knew that country grunginess is, they knew that's something that Anthony always been looking for. That's something I had at the time. So they did it. And then me and Anthony Hamilton are actually blood cousins. We're related. So once I got there, that kind of helped as well with our relationship. But he's always, man, like, get at me when I'm wrong, congratulate me when I'm right, and he let me know when I ain't doing enough.
Right.
And sometimes he don't say nothing, he'll just give me that look, like, you know how.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, you know, because it's kept me where I am this long. So shout out to Big Cuz, man. Love you, man. Appreciate you. I tell you this all the time, but thank you for everything you ever done for me. He got history here in Waysboro. He talk about Waysboro all the time.
Oh yeah.
Him and the great Mark Sparks, who is my sensei. I learned. I've learned a lot of stuff under Mark. Mark just showed me the way silently. And Mark is one of those type of teachers where he don't want you to ask a whole bunch of questions because then you're gonna piss him off.
Okay.
He wants you to sit in silence, have a casual conversation with him, but learn as you're talking.
Right.
I didn't know how to do that. I wanted to stop when he did a certain thing, ask him, hey, how did you do this?
Yeah.
And he was like, watch. This is what you got eyes for.
Yeah.
But it was tough love. I got offended, but I learned. Sometimes it's better to just look and take personal notes.
Right.
You know, it's your responsibility to get what you get out of it. But I did. Like, being around Mark Sparks, man, he told me when to stay put and he told me when to fly. And I did. And I'll always give him that respect, man, because if it wasn't for Mark giving me those gems, and he's a lot older than me, Mark did his thing in the industry way when I was like a baby.
Right.
And then as I got older, he kind of just took me under his wing, man, and just taught me the way. And he just taught me how to be dope.
Right.
He taught me how to key into how dope you are. You have what you have. Now that you have, make that something for you.
Right.
Make you know, that conversation we had earlier, that thing that's gonna make you stand out from the rest. And I had to develop that from the beginning. So shout outs to Mark, man. You showed me the way in a solid killer way.
Right.
You showed me that, and I carry it with me to this day. I'll pop in and check on him. I call him Sensei, man, because that's what he is. It's like, he'll whoop up on you, but he'll teach you valuable lessons. And the man knows his stuff. I think a lot of the wrong people take advantage of it. But he knows stuff. He knows his stuff, and ain't nothing. Once he's in his own, ain't nothing you can really do to tell him any different. So yeah, shout out to the big homie, man. OG.
Okay, I got one more, man.
Okay.
Is there any celebrities that you met and you thought they was gonna be cool, but they were straight assholes? Is there anybody you read across?
Okay, so I don't know his name. You ever seen Hangover?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know the bearded guy, the bearded dude?
Yeah.
I don't know his name. So I was flying out of Charlotte going with the guys one day, and he was on our flight. And I was hyped because this guy
The chunky dude?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very funny guy. And I'm seeing him, I'm going crazy because I see him from distance, but you know, I did it in a quiet way. Ain't being a fangirl or whatever. And then we got off the plane, and I went up to him and I was like, listen, I'm not trying to draw no attention to you, but I just want to tell you, I'm a huge fan of your work.
Right.
I think you're a very funny guy. And he gives me this look as if I'm about to attack him. So his look is like, that's how he looks at me, man, and it kind of hurt. I was like, oh, I thought he was gonna be cool.
Yeah.
But that was everybody else. I'm being humble. This is the part that gets me. I don't know who's a fan of the Tones or not.
Right.
So sometimes we'll go places, me and the guy, and I'll be like, oh snap, there's such and such. And they'll walk up to us and be like, man, I love y'all. I'm a huge fan. I listen to y'all all the time. And I'm like, huh? So you forget sometimes that you're, you know. So it's like, I still have a hard time accepting it because I'm me, man. I'm JJ.
Right.
People get at me sometimes. You're a good guy. You're a nice guy. But bro, I can't help it sometimes, man. I forget that I'm a big deal sometimes.
Still grounded.
And it's like when I come around y'all, we ain't seen each other in years, but we come around each other and just talk like we talk to each other every day.
Right.
But it's because I never changed. This guy has always been the same. This man has always been the same. Two people I've known for a long time, man. Y'all ain't never showed me no shade.
Ain't no change.
Y'all always embraced who I was, even if I was irritating to be around. Y'all never showed it. I had classes with this guy. I used to get to school early and be chilling with this dude in the morning. Him and my boy, man. Shout outs to Savan, man. My boy is where's Savan? He like Texas somewhere there.
Texas.
Shout out to Savan, man. This Joker, man. Hey,
tap in, fam.
hey, man. I see you, man. I want you to know I see you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the time out to say this right here. I see you. Proud of you. I want you to know that. Buddy Sinatra, Pookie, James Harris, whatever you want these niggas to call you, I'm gonna call you Pookie. You near and dear to my heart, brother. I want to tell you, and you be asking me all the time, and I want people, and I'm saying this right now, I'm putting myself out there because I'm for real about this. You've been asking me to share your videos. I'm gonna share them, bro. I ain't shared them yet, but I am. I love you. I see you. I'm proud of you. Don't think that what you're doing is going unnoticed, dog. I remember, and I can tell people this now. Me, Bryce Taylor, and James Harris were a singing group.
I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that.
Me, BT, and Pookie were a singing group.
That's all right.
We sang. Bryce left us and went to another school or something like that. Then it was just me and Pookie. Me and Pookie stuck it out, and then I think he just graduated or went up to another school. I think he graduated. I don't know. I don't even remember. It just got so cloudy. And I was the only one left. I was the youngest out of those two. But we were a singing group. So for all you people out there, I know they've been telling y'all that, and some of y'all didn't believe it. We were a singing group. Believe it. Buddy Sinatra can actually sing. What pisses me off about him, I know y'all say y'all don't like to call people out, but I'm talking about my brother, because this is my brother, and I tell him to his face. What pissed me off about this man was he always wanted to rap. Could sing, but wanted to rap.
Yeah.
But he's dope at both of them.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, bro, I salute you. I for real. But I wish you would have kept singing, because then I would have been by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love you, man. I support you, and I see you. I want you to know that. Okay? All right, I'm done.
All right. Hey, my hood to your hood. Another episode. I'll let y'all soon. Peace.
Huh? And don't go to sleep with the light on.